Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Elm Creek. Yeah, so I'm not sure if we add in the root crops, whether a little bit of that would be used, so less of these would be used. So if we didn't have any protein and grain in there, it would just be using more base food and it would still be using it at the same rate. I'm not sure what the productivity would be if you used these, just grain. I'm assuming it's because, like sorghum's quite expensive, so you probably wouldn't want to put sorghum in there too much. Like, it seems like a bit of a waste. But corn is one of the cheaper crops. If we look in here, corn, with the rate that it comes out, has always been one of the ones that doesn't pay quite so well. And, wait, what? Multi-fruit buying station, selling at 28. For corn, and then you just immediately go and take it to the farmer's market and sell it for a fortune. Surely that can't be right. Huh. Well, there's a way to make some money. Huh. Maybe we'll do that in our city building exercise. Something like that. So, we've got these in here. So, like, corn is quite cheap. So you fill this up with corn and you could feed the pigs on just corn. I'm assuming the productivity will still stay at 100%. So I've really no idea how the balance is achieved with the grains. I think you can literally just chuck in whatever you want. Now, whether or not you do actually use a higher number if you don't have a balance between them. So if we only put wheat in there, would it use more grain per tick or something like that? I don't really know. So there's no way to empty out the food at the moment either, so I'm not really sure. I probably should have done this one bit at a time in order to be able to properly test it, but now I can't. I suppose there is a way to test it. I could build another pig pen and we could put a few in there and we could test it like that. So that might be something that we could try. Let's just go and do this. That bit out. And then we're going to bring the combine over this way. It's going to start heading down this side of the field. I might need to just tidy the end of the field down the other end. Do a line, do a pass over there so it doesn't get tangled up with the train. In the meantime, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to run down alongside the combine so that we can unload the grain that it does have, because it's loading it pretty quickly. We don't have any major extensions. I mean, there is a bit of an extension. It's got like 20-odd thousand litres of corn in there at the moment. So let me just bring you down through here. And actually, what we'll do is once we get down to the end of the field, we can switch back over to the combine, let the grain empty out into the tank, and then we can go and do the turnaround, because I think otherwise it's going to try to turn on to the track. I suppose it might not. Let's have a look. Let's see what it does. Are you... No, he's not. He's not going to try to turn on to that track at all. It's just going to back round like that. Except that the... Oh no, the spout isn't quite far enough back to be hit by a train. So that would also be quite good. Well, it is quite good. It means that it's definitely not going to get caught up with anything. So I'm going to run up alongside here and try to empty out a little bit more of this one. And then we will take this. And I think we'll just dump a new pig pen in the field just up here. And then I'm going to drop in a whole load. We'll get another 150 pigs in there. And then we can do one tick with just corn. Actually, I kind of want to see what it's going to be like with just protein food to start with. You've got a little bit more that I want to put in. You've still got 2,000 litres in there. Okay, and done. Right. Let's go. Let's move this one out of the way. So I'm going to see what it's like with protein food in there first, which means I need to go and tip this out. We'll put in the little bit of protein food that we've got. So soy is like 9,000 litres of soybeans, and we'll we'll put that into this one, and then we'll use that to feed a new pig pen. We've got some straw here. We can dump some straw in, so that bit is the same. I can actually go and get that right now. If I go over to this one right here, and go there like that. Operating position is what I want. There we go. Right. I've achieved operating position. There. Perfect. So then I can take that off of operating position. And then this one will be able to go over and feed the pigs. We're just going to drop them. We're going to do the pigs into the middle of this next field. So we're just going to go in here like this. And construction, animals, pigs. It's the big pig pen right there, the 271. So I'm going to have that one, and I'm just going to drop it down here. We're not going to do anything special. I'm not going to do anything extra on top of that. It's literally just going to go like that. Straw was put... Now, I'm going to unload this onto the trailer. I think the straw went in the same place as where the grain went. So we'll do that now. If I go here, and then unload bales here. So they're now loose on my trailer. I think they just went in here like this. No. Alright, well that's not doing it. So how did they load up? No. Right, well that's easy enough. I can reset that one and then operating position. Okay, we didn't quite want to do that, but still, that's fine. So then I can do that. I should be able to move these bales. Huh. Oh, no. Ah, it's right mouse button. I got to use the right mouse button. So then unload bales here. And why to reset it? Well, where do I put the bales? Straw, 2,500. Oh! It's already loaded the straw in. The bales are surplus to requirement now. Alright, let me load them back on again. And we'll just move over here. Like that. And then transport position, unload bales. And drop them right there like that. Right, so it's loaded up with straw. We got the straw in there. That's what we wanted. And then I want to go back over this way. This one I need to go and empty out. And I want to put in the protein crop that we've got. We haven't got a lot of protein in there. We've got like 9,000 litres, which is the soybean one. But we'll be able to see what... Actually, it's not going to hurt if I put a little bit in here. So this one's just going to be filled right up to the 85,000 litre mark again. It's going to be easier for me to just compare numbers if I do that. It's going 179 litres will go into there. Just to fill that one up. So that's nothing in there. And then this, we go around this way. Up through here. And tip it out into the storage area. And we can run our little test. So we want to tip all of that out. As soon as that's out, I can then start siphoning off the soybeans. Hurry up. This was the trailer that I didn't really want to get. Like the way that this one tips. I don't like this. I want the other type. But I bought this one now, so we're stuck with it. Down you go. And closed. Okay, so we've got sorghum, canola, oat. No, it's this way. Sunflower. Soybeans. 11,000 litres of soybeans. So I'm only putting soybeans in here. Is this going to use the exact same number of these as the others? If you've got all of them in, it uses them at those percentages. It'll take 5% on root crops, it'll take 20% on one, 25% on the other, and what was it, 49% on the base one. But does it use a higher amount? Does it use a bigger number of it if you don't have it all balanced out? So we want to bring that one in onto there. And I can tip everything out straight away. Just like that. There we go. Shut you off as well. Right, and then I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to buy myself 150 Berkshire pigs. So I'm just going to take that one up to 50. And then we will go buy. Yep. Okay. And again. And again. Right, that makes 150 of those. So if we have a look in here, I've got straw. This one's full with straw. Effectiveness in here, total 11,269. Now that's on red. Productivity hasn't had a chance to move up yet, but we'll kind of ignore that for a second. And then we've got these numbers in here. So those numbers are a little bit different to what they were. That one's completely full. Right. I'm going to fast forward now. Go to like 360 until this moves one tick. There. Moved one tick. Let me run that all the way down again. And that's 1123. Wait. Straw hasn't been used. This one's been used. This one hasn't done anything. It's still productivity 0, though. Huh. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's move on another tick. Something's got it. 11,231 in there. Nothing's changing. It's going to start raining in a minute. I don't want it to. This one's moved several ticks. Now that's moved. All right, let's slow all the way down. Let's have a look. Let's see what it's done. Productivity is still on 0. 11,231. We're using up some food. We have used up some food. The protein at 20% right there. We've used food here. Slurry is produced. Productivity is still on 0% on there. Health is on 0. So is reproduction. So nothing has really changed on there. Other than food has been used. That's the only thing that's happened. So maybe you do have to have some of the base food in there in order for it to be able to do something. I won't put any base food in there. What I'll do is we'll leave it on 1 times at the moment. We're going to go and get the grain from the combine here a minute because he's completely full. And then we will skip the night because that's a... Actually, do we want to skip the night? I'm just wondering if I should skip the night or not. I'm thinking yes, I will. I'll skip the night before I go and put any of this in for the... Actually, we can do that right now while it's unloading. So let's just do that. Before we put anything in, we'll skip the night. Right there. We know that one lot of pigs is actually working. They've got full productivity. They've got everything. A whole night cycle run through should make a bit of a difference. So I'm going to now make the assumption, now that we've gone all the way through here. Right, this one, they're on 100%. They're doing fine. They've used up food. They've used up all the different types of food, and they've used up some straw. They produce slurry. These have produced some slurry, but they haven't used the straw. Their productivity is on 0. They have been eating the protein. They've been using the protein food, but they haven't done anything else with it. So I'm going to have to make the assumption that we've got to have this base food in there. Let's carry on up through here. We'll chase this combine a bit. If I can catch up with it. But wait in the trailer. This will take a while. Okay, we'll follow that one up there like that. And right, off we go. So we're going to run this back over to the pigs. And we're going to drop in a little bit. Now, I'm going to only put in a really small amount of this so that we can then see what it does with a small quantity of corn. Whether or not it sort of starts doing something with the pigs, but then it'll stop again. Or if once you kickstart it, it sort of keeps going. I suspect that you do have to have the base food in there at all times. And then the other foods, you can kind of do what you like. That would be my guess. So the base food has to be in there. You've always got to have corn in there. But the other foods are optional extras. You just use less of the base food if you've got the optional extras. So we'll put in a little bit of this. It's only a couple 100 litres, just like that. Actually, you can stay there now. And I don't know why I'm coming over here to have a look at it. I'm doing that. I've got 997 litres of the base food in there. So now we will start fast-forwarding time again. Just so's... Oops, no, I didn't want to do that. I want to do that. Just so that I can see it move. So 997 and 519. 516, 519, 99. I should take a picture of this. It would be a lot easier. Take a picture. It'll last longer. Right. Let's go back down there. So it was 997, 516, and 512, something like that. That was 997. We've used 90... That's 94 litres. It's used 94 litres on that one. Productivity is still on 0, though. The productivity of these pigs is still on 0. This productivity is on 100%. But this has not changed. Why not? Do I have to have grain go in there as well? Or is it that I need to have more food in here in order to be able to bring that one up? Do I need the effectiveness? I need an actual quantity of food in here. So the productivity will start. I have had some sort of issues before. So let's start that one up. And now I'll overload the 28,000 litres of corn that we've got in here. That's going to bring up that number. Still not a huge amount, is it? But it's enough to bring... See, we've got now an orange bar on there. So that's potentially a good thing. Let's go for speeding the time up and see if we get... There! Productivity is starting to increase. So it's not about the base... Well, it might... I still haven't answered my own question. I haven't got enough food here to be able to answer my own question. I don't know if it's because I've just brought the total here, the effectiveness, up out of the red, which means that the productivity has started to increase, or if it's because I've now got base food and protein in here. Like, I didn't test them individually, so I still don't know. I haven't answered my own question properly. This is not good. There is one thing I can do. I can just see how much we use on each tick. Because the productivity increase is only 1%, and I'm pretty sure it should be a bit faster than that. So, the base food and the protein are being used at exactly the same rate that they are on this one. I know there's 7 months on age and 6 months on those, but I don't think that would make a huge difference. Oh. There's 6 months. There's 7 months. Health on these is still 0%. Productivity is only 2%. So these aren't looking very good, but they're using the same amount of food over here as they do on these. The base food rate is exactly the same, and the protein food rate is exactly the same. They're using the same amounts. It could very well be that the increase in productivity over here, that is the bit that's affected. Like, I've only gone up 2% on here, whereas when we were on this one, it was increasing significantly faster than that. So that, I think, is actually where it all sort of comes in. If we get more base food in there and we fill this one up a bit further, it might make a difference. But I suspect also having a wider variety of grains in there would again make a difference. But I don't know about that. That's a thing that maybe we'll have to find out some other time. Now, you are telling me that you are done, but you're not. So I'm going to bring you over here. And we're going to carry on over this side. So if anybody is able to shed a little bit of light in the comment section about how the pigs or kind of like operate and so on and how the game works stuff out with them, that would be absolutely fantastic, because I'm a little bit confused as to what you're supposed to put in and when. I think mostly the idea is that you just have to have the bar full. That's all. You just got to have it filled up. Doesn't matter what food you put in there. I think you're just supposed to have it full. If that's the case, then it does make looking after pigs a bit easier, but I'm still unsure. It doesn't... So it's still... It's not 100% clear on what it is that you're supposed to do. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to try and gather up these small bales, and we will see how they work, because this is still saying 42 bales. The biggest bales, the number was still saying 42, and now we've got the really small bales. So what's it going to be like when we put all the small bales on here? Get rid of that one. Going around this way, and then I want to go over into this field. We've got, what, 4 bales in here, and then there's a few over in the other one, so it should give us an idea of what bales we can take on this trailer with the really small ones. It might be that we've got to have less overall for filling this one up. Pretty sure it was 42 for even the biggest bales. Which is kind of weird, really. Unless it just means that they stack them higher. Could be. We'll find out in a minute. I haven't got 42 bales, though, so I'm not going to be able to, like, properly test this. We'd need a lot. We'll have to do that testing on the next map. We're not going to be able to do it on this one. We don't have sufficient space here. Ooh, steady. One round. And there, we've got 3 more. So we've got 20 bales on here. It could just be that, because that one's half full, which means that it would just be 3 layers of bales with these, whereas the bigger bales, it could go all the way up to like 4 layers. Maybe that's how it does it. Not sure. Haven't got a clue. So those are over there. So what I want to do with this one is I want to just do a quick test of unloading whilst driving. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring it over here like this, and then I'm going to go boom. Oh! There was no forward motion with that at all. It just dropped them exactly where they are. That's really cool. Genuinely impressed with that. I really thought that was just going to make like it was going to bomb the bales everywhere, but it didn't. They stayed still. They stopped where there was absolutely no forward motion whatsoever, which is kind of strange. I could think where it might be a little bit useful at times. Generally speaking, you wouldn't want to be unloading whilst driving forward at those speeds, though. That's not something that you would normally be doing. Now, can we reach this combine before it gets to the end of the row? We'll start putting the spout out, but then the hired help is going to say, nope, we've finished. This is the end of the job. We're not doing any more. No, he's not. Ideal. Right, he's going to go to there. Oh, now he is going to stay. He's going to say, nope, that's it. We don't want to do any more. So I'm going to jump into you and start you up. Like that. And then I can jump into you. So that's going to give me another few thousand litres of corn, which I can then go and take over to the pigs. Right, we will take this 25,000 litres of corn over to our pigs, and unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.